Hi everyone, this is Hirohiko. Let's go over some Anaguma defensive tactics. All of the tactics I'm going to be showing you today come from the book Anaguma Defensive Technique by Miyata 6th Dan. Problem 1. Gote plays pawn drop 1g. What's your next move? The correct answer is silver takes. If you take with a knight, then the knight is dead with pawn drop 1f. If you take with a lance, then he'll drop a gold onto 2e, and he'll be able to capture this lance with this next pawn drop, and then he'll be able to take this pawn. But after silver takes, if he tries to drop the pawn, you can come up to here, or simply retreat, and he has no more effective moves. Problem 2. Gote plays Token to 4h. Which gold do you recapture with? The answer is recapturing upwards. If you recapture sideways, then Gote will play pawn drop 2f. If you take it, then pawn drop 2g, and your castle's destroyed. If you ignore it and bring your gold back, then he'll promote the pawn, retake with the silver, pawn drop 2f, have to take it, and then silver drop 2g, and your castle's destroyed. But recapturing upwards still defends the square with your gold, so you're still okay. Problem 3. Gote makes a bishop trade. Which piece do you recapture with? You retake with the gold. If you take with the knight, then pawn drops 7e, and your knight is out of the picture, and your castle's much weaker. If you retake with the silver, then pawn 9e, pawn recaptures, and then striking pawns, and bishop to 7d will take the lance and also threatens promotion. But if you take with the gold, then there's no threat. Problem 4. Gote makes a bishop trade on 7g. Which piece do you recapture with? The answer is taking it with the silver. If you take it with the gold, then you simply lose your gold on 6i. If you take it with the knight, then Gote will drop his bishop on 4f, threatening to take this gold because the gold on 6i is pinned. Problem 5. Gote is in 2 initiatives to mate, so he makes a threat mate with the knight promotion. Which piece do you capture with? The answer is taking with the silver. If you take with the gold, he'll drop his gold on 3h, and you can't take it. It's a mate. If you try to make a threat mate, then he'll take the knight, and it's a simple mate. If you take the dragon, then he'll take the knight, and it's a mate. So if you take with the silver, even if he just goes right ahead, it's not a mate. But he is in a threat mate. See? So he can't just go right ahead. He can be a little tricky and drop the gold on 2H. If you take with the silver, then it's a mate. But you can take with the king, and even if he tries to be complicated, it's still not a mate. And he's in a threat mate. Problem number 6. Golte makes a fork by dropping the knight on 5G. How do you respond? This one's pretty easy. You just move the gold to 7i. He'll take the gold, but since he moved away from the king, you're okay. If you try to protect the gold with gold to 5i, then Golte will drop the rook to 2i. If you keep trying to stubbornly defend, he'll be able to get one of the golds anyway. Problem number 7. Golte attacks your silver with his Tokin. How do you play? If you just run, then he'll drop the gold to 7H, and even if you try to come down with your dragon to defend, he'll drop his silver to 7i, and there's nothing you can do. So, you start escaping. He'll take the silver, but you'll be able to get away safely. Problem number 8. Golte makes a threat mate with silver drop 6H. How do you play? The answer is a proverb. The early escape of the king is worth 8 moves. He'll respond with another threat mate, bishop drop to 7i, but there's nothing else he can do after this lance drop. Problem number 9. Golte makes a threat mate with Tolkien to 4i. In case you can't see the threat mate, it's bishop drop 2H, king takes, and then a simple mate. So, how do you play here? The answer is gold drop to 3i. If you take it with the silver, it's still a threat mate. You can drop a gold, but the silver drop is too powerful. See, it's a mate. But if you drop the gold to 3i, you lose material, but he has no connection to the 2H square, so it's not a threat mate. He'll have to bring his Tolkien back to 4i for it to be a threat mate, and you've bought 2 moves. Problem number 10. Golte is in 2 initiatives to mate, so he drops the rook to 6i to make a threat mate. How do you play? Well, if you just drop the gold to defend, he'll sack the rook, and after you drop the silver to here, Gote will win with bishop drop to 4h. So the answer is to make a threat mate removing threat mate. If he takes it, then you can win by taking this gold. If he goes ahead and drops the bishop to 4g, then you drop the silver to 3i and it's no mate. That's it. Hope this helped, and thanks again to Miyata 6dan for his booklet Anaguma Defensive Technique. It was one of the tactical booklets that come with Shogi Sekai, so you should definitely check it out. Every issue comes with a small booklet full of tactics and Joseki exercises and stuff like that. So, yeah, hope this helped. See you next time.